Serves him right for, you know, singing copyrighted music on my videos. Damn him. Him and Cucumber. They're to blame, those bastards. The trouble is, I was saying to Cucumber that essentially, because they kept singing You Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story, you know, the Randy Newman song, that film is now spoilt for me, because every time I'll see that film, I'll think of those two bastards. So they've now ruined that song for me completely. Heartless gits. Mind you, that's kind of probably what they had in mind anyway, so, you know. Nefarious goings on, if you ask me. There's the right micro musher. And let us get it powered on. So, let's check to see how the guys are looking. Fullness is alright, stress is 0. That's great. So let's speed it up. Now, one thing we will need to do is over here, as we go more towards this general direction, is I want to build the research area. There's Cucumber. Look at him, pump them leggies. Activity. Oh, down he goes. After a sudden and wonderful burst of energy. He's got to get his breath back. I know the feeling. Oh, and there we go. Look at that. Dropkick takes over with his fine wavy curls. Or fine wavy hair. They've got all fine hair, haven't they? Look at them. So it's a real shame we can't choose the sex or the sort of look of your duplicants. But, you know, this is, as we say, early access, and there's still plenty of it to go in the game. So, let's see. Let's build another ladder there. And they're munching right now, so let's see. The lice loaf or the mush bar. Let's fabricate some of that. And they don't have any water, and they don't have a lot of dirt. So what we're going to have to do is dig out all that. And that'll bring that sand down, which will help us for later. But we also need to prioritize to level 9 this lot, because they need to dig that out so that we can get the water so that we can create the food. Oh, Cucumber's off for a poop. He's got to wait for Smart Donkey to finish. And so you can see the organic ore that we've got in there, polluted dirt. So we're keeping all that out, which is good. So, batteries fully charged. This is excellent news. Here we go. Gotta wait careful, because otherwise we could end up dropkick getting caught in there. Ah, there we go. He's safe. So, if we go in there and... how are we going to do this, I wonder? Let's tell him to sweep that. Like that. There we go. So Dropkick's now getting some water, which is good. Oh, Smart Donkey's having a snooze. And we're going to need to dig some more in this direction. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to build a ladder up. Like that. Then we're going to cut out those bits as well, because you can make use of them. Donkey's cooking. Watch yourself, boys and girls. Donkey is in the process of food generation. It's scary stuff, I know. Mr. Wang's building the additional ladder down the bottom there. And let's see. Can we sweep all of that up is the question. What I want to know is, can we get all of that and then just run a little ladder down to there like so. which I think we can. And what I want to also do is get some more storage units in there as well. So Monsieur Donkey is cooking for everyone. Got Mr. Wang providing more dirt for the food. And Dropkick generating more power. Excellent. There you go, see current threshold. Whenever it falls below a certain percentage. So you could set it down to 25% and then they wouldn't run on this so often. Oh, there we go. I think one of our boys has leveled up. Insufficient oxygen generation, which is why we need to get the research set up and running. So, currently we're just trying to do a little bit of housework, really. That's really what's, you know, causing the problem. And he's off. There we go. Let's check the vitals. No stress. Good. Let's check the oxygen levels. Oxygen levels aren't too bad. That's breathable. This is a lot more breathable than it was. This area, obviously, questionable, but it's still usable. In the big scheme of things, it's not too bad. Oh, we've got some water up there. That could be helpful, actually. Because then it could drip down that ladder. We'll take this ladder down to here. Cut this out a little bit more. And then we've got an additional water supply. We could even have it drain down into there. So we'll have to wait and see how that works out. That's polluted water, which we don't want yet. And Cucumber Wang is out. There we go. Dropkick with the water carrying. He is the water boy of choice. And we can choose a duplicant. So you've got a yokel, and dimensionally inept. Can't build. It's a scientist. Amphibious and a quick learner. Uncultured. Interior decorator, so expects a certain level of decor. See, I like the yokel. Good at construction. So, there we go. Let's make Lionheart the yokel, shall we? With those lovely curls. Also means got to build an extra bed as well. So there's Lionheart. That fine hairstyle on Lionheart. Oh, bit cold. So that's the whole temperature thing. They've started putting in. So water's cold. Come on, Cucumber, hold your breath. So at least they're keeping it all going. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let us, while they do all this, let's get stations and put a research station there. And then we'll need to provide it with Pua. Like so. So at least then we'll be able to do some basic research, which is good. And that's going to be a cot for our new arrival. There we go, there's Mr. Wang doing his work. And Smart Donkey getting us some more resources, which is good news. And then obviously we've got this area being dug down by Mr. Dropkick. Which is also excellent good news. It's a combination of excellent news and good news, yes. Let's build that out to there. So, I would say, generally speaking, it's looking okay. Got a good combo of people here with fine haircuts and thatches of hair, and it hasn't all fallen off the wagon hasn't fallen off the rails, so to speak. So let's check our overlays. Oxygen level down there is good. Oxygen is not so good here. So let's get some oxygen and put that in there like so. Now, it's not ideal because these things do take quite a lot of algae when doing this thing. There we go, the boys are asleep. There we go, let's speed that up. So, things are in a good position. The oxygen levels down here are good. Oxygen level down there is not so good. But hopefully when they break through here, the sand will drop down and that will provide us with a nice sort of open cavern area that we can maybe make into a couple of levels. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. So just keep it at normal speed. Stops anything getting away from us, really. There we go, give us some more storage areas. There we go, they've now got a ladder down into the water so that they can get to that easier. Good stuff. Let's get all that swept. And generally speaking, we're just crossing the T's and dotting all the I's to finish everything off, really. So they're eating the mush bars, which is obviously only slightly preferable to starvation. But, you know. Let's have a look at utility. What? Space Eater? No! Let's have a look. So the general temperature of the place is temperate. So that means we've now also got to manage the temperature of places as well. Make sure it's not too bad for people. What I also want to do is take that out. Just an extra layer. For the moment. Actually, no, to be honest, we might keep that. Let's keep it, because then we can put in like a door there. Because then I'm thinking something like, oh, manual airlock already? Bloody hell, really? That was unexpected. So they've definitely given us more stuff to be going on with. So that's nice. And then because we put the manual airlock in there, it means that, you know, it's a lot better in that regard for managing pressure and things of that nature. I mean, we can move that and change it into an automated airlock eventually. So they have changed things around a little bit. So first things first is farming. And we need to get some research underway as soon as possible. So, there we go, all that being dealt with. Oxygen levels are okay. Power is good. Temperature is across the board. So, the body heat loss over here, obviously. Lit area. There's the liquid plumbing. So the plumbing goes in there, and then out there to the vent. Gas plumbing, input, output, all that kind of stuff. And decor. So let's have a look at decor. Let's put a flower vase in there. So let's fabricate some more mush bars. But at the moment, Cucumber Wang, who is our scientist of choice, the biochemist expert, he's doing the research. So that's all good news. And wow, look at how fast Smart Donkey's moving. Fantastic stuff. So I'm thinking from a point of view of research that we're going to want to sort of go for sanitation services so the guys can keep themselves clean. But we also want to go for interior decor because it will give them more light, it will give them canvas, something to do, sculpting, which is nice. But also, I think what we want to do before we build the supercomputer, because we won't do any intermediate research, is that we get all of these research points done first. So we go for, you know, gas piping and power registration, or regulation, sorry. Go for power regulation next, I think. So, there we go. Not too bad, I'd say. Let's just make sure that, is there anything in there? Okay, not sure what's going in there or what they're putting in there, so... Okay. So we will replace that with an algae terrarium eventually. What's that? So insufficient algae. So we need to go on a hunt for some algae. Now there's some algae there. So what we could do is build a ladder up. Or at least build this ladder up here. Maybe like to there. And then dig all of that out. And also have some of that as well. Now we can always go up further. There's a vacuum up there. And there's further algae as well if we need it. So let's just go up to the top there, I think. There's a vacuum. Okay. So we should, in theory, be able to go out that far, I think. Okay. So generally speaking, I think things are going alright. Temperature across the board. Obviously you've got that area there which will keep them relatively warm. What we could do is we could always move the temperature, like the battery generators, downstairs. Light wounds? Oh dear. That's not good. That's not good at all. You have to put that in there. And then we're going to have to reprioritize. And say to the guys, you guys need to get your shit together. And do that. Lionheart's in the process of grabbing some water. And hopefully these guys will dig all of this out. At least we get some granite out of it as well. And then hopefully a bed which will give our little friend, see, light wounds, grimy. So, hopefully, that will improve things. So you've got the medical bed. That's going to be the issue, is the algae. Because the way I see it,